Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to my students in Form 1 S and Form 1N. So how are you today? I'm hoping all of you are in the pink of health. Right. So we are back again with another English lesson with me. Right. Okay. So we are now at Unit 5. Let's experiment. So this is the continuations from the previous lessons that we have learned previously. Right. So now the topic for today is about science in the classroom. Now let's check out what we are going to learn for today. Right. Let's look at the learning objective for today. The first one is listen to the audio and repeat the sign words and choose the words that scientists uses. Second learning objective is complete the instructions for a chemical experiment with words from the box. The third learning objective is complete the sentences about the experiment with the words. The fourth learning objective is put the steps in the correct order. And the last one is correct the false sentences. Right. We have looked at the learning objective. So now let's proceed with the starter. Right. So today our focus would be about science in the classroom. Okay. I have two questions here. I want you to think about this. Okay. The first one is, have you conducted an experiment before? Okay. That is the first question. The second one is, do you want to be a scientist in the future? So I've posted here two questions. I want you to answer these two questions in the Telegram group. Okay, so you can think of the answers and let me know your answers in the Telegram group. Right. So, okay. Okay. So now let's do the first task. Okay, basically, science in the classroom is about an experiment that you have conducted with your science teacher. Okay, you will learn a little bit about the apparatus or equipments that are in the science lab. Okay, sorry about the task one. Okay, it's missing here, but I'm going to upload in the uh, Telegram group again. So you can refer to task 1. Okay, task 1, you have to listen and repeat the science words in the box. Which words are places of equipment that a scientist uses, right? Okay, so you have to listen to the audio. I'm going to play the audio once. Okay, later on you can listen again. Okay, because I'm going to send the audio also in the Telegram group. Right now, let's proceed with listening.
Science in the classroom. Exercise 1. Laboratory. Test tube. Thermometer. Explosion. Pressure. Jug. Gas. Liquid. Gravity. Temperature. Air. Bubbles. Acid. Chemical reaction.
Okay, so you have listened to the audio once. Okay, I want you to practice by yourself, listening to the words. Okay, you can repeat that as many times as you want. Right, so my question here is, which words are pieces of equipment that a scientist scientist uses, right? So you have to choose which words that are pieces of equipment that a scientist uses. That is for task 1. Right now, let's proceed with task 2. Task 2, complete the instructions for chemical experiment with words from the box. Then listen and check. Right? You may refer to your past textbook, page 55. Right? It's already there. Okay? So I'm going to play the audio once, and later on you can listen again uh, from the Telegram group. Okay? So are you ready? Now let's listen to the audio 2.17.
Unit 5, Vocabulary and Listening. Science in the Classroom. Exercise 2. The Exploding Bag. In the school laboratory, you can try this fun experiment. You will need the following equipment: a plastic bag with a zip, a measuring jug, warm water, vinegar, baking soda.
First, put 100 milliliters of warm water and 200 milliliters of vinegar into the bag. The temperature of the water shouldn't be higher than 60 degrees Celsius. Next, add 3 spoons of baking soda to the bag of liquid. Quickly close the bag with the zip. Watch as a gas called carbon dioxide is produced inside the bag. Can you see the bubbles? Now, here's the fun bit. The bag will get bigger and bigger until there is an explosion.
Alright, so you have listened to the audio 2.17. It's about the instructions on the exploding bags. Okay, so you can listen to the audio and answer the missing words. Okay, you can fill in the gaps by listening to the audio 2.17. Don't worry if you cannot listen here, but I'm going to give the audio in the Telegram group, so later on you can check on that. Right now, let's proceed with the third task. Okay, complete the sentences about the experiment with the words in the box. Okay, so if we can see here, there are 5 words in the box, right? Bubbles, thermometer, laboratory, gas, and reaction. So you have to answer by fill in the missing words here. If you mix vinegar and baking soda, there is a chemical. So what is the answer for that? Number 2, the mixture of vinegar and baking soda fizzes and produces what? Okay, so you have to fill in the answers according to the words. Right. So now let's proceed with the uh, task 4. Listen to a science teacher carrying out a classroom experiment. Put the steps in order. So you have to listen to the audio and only you can do this task. Okay, so I'm going to play the audio now. Okay, I want you to listen to the audio, right?
Unit 5, Vocabulary and Listening. A Classroom Experiment. Exercise 4.
If you turn a glass of water upside down, what happens?
It goes all over the floor.
That's right. Thank you, Simon. And why does it go all over the floor?
Because water is heavier than air.
Exactly. And gravity makes the water fall. But that doesn't always happen. Here's a glass. Tom, can you fill it with water from the jug for me, please?
Yes, Mr. Marston. Here you are.
Thank you, Tom. So, we have the jug and glass. The only other equipment I need is this piece of cardboard. Now, I'm going to put this cardboard on top of the glass of water and turn it upside down. Then I'll take my hand away, but none of the water will go on the floor. Do you believe me?
No.
Okay, watch. Now this is the difficult bit. When I put the cardboard on top of the glass, I have to make sure no air gets inside. If there are any air bubbles in the water, it won't work. Right. I think that's okay. Now, watch. Look, I've taken my hand away and the water has stayed in the glass. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so can anyone explain why that happened? Why didn't the water go all over my feet? I'll give you a clue. It's to do with air pressure. Yes, Emily.
Well, because there was no air inside the glass, the air pressure from outside the glass was greater than the pressure of water inside the glass. That's why the water stayed where it was.
Exactly. Well done, Emily. Did you all get that? The reason the water stayed in the glass was because the air pressure outside of the glass was greater than the air pressure.
Alright, so we have listened to audio 2.18. Okay, you have listened to a science teacher carrying out a classroom experiment. What you need to do is you have to put the steps in order. Right, that is about task 4. Now let us proceed with task 5. Listen again. Are the sentences true or false? Correct the false sentences. Okay, so you have to listen again to the audio 2.18, and then you have to state whether the sentences are true or whether it is false. Right after that, if the sentence is false, you have to correct the sentences. I want you to do in the Google Sheet that I have prepared, right? So all your answers must be in there. I think that's all for today's lesson. Okay. Okay, that's the end of today's lesson. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Please contact me. Let me know if you have any problems regarding all the tasks. I think that's all for today. Thank you, class. Assalamualaikum.